Wait.
Why did you crack open your...
What?
Okay, you're supposed to crack... Okay. Welcome to the Psychological Podcast, Episode 3. I'm your host, Julio, with my occasional co-hosts, Joseph and Finn, and today we have special guest, Lorenzo Croci.
Woo!
Lorenzo, how are you feeling today?
I'm alright.
You're right.
Decently decent.
Finn, can you get off your phone, please?
Sorry, we saw a ship last night. We're trying to find out where it came from.
No, where was it going?
Sorry, it came from Hong Kong. And I want to see how big it is as well. It's huge.
Alright.
Ship. But Julio doesn't seem to find shipping very interesting.
Nah,
which is
not
fair
really.
enough, but
I find my podcast more...
The affairs of shipping is very important to our
I mean,
society.
I do live right next to the sea.
Globalization.
And I do see a lot of ships.
Oh, yeah, we were there yesterday.
Yeah.
if you've got a pan
Yeah, you
camera,
literally saw me. Now I'm gonna dox myself now.
Bless you, Julia.
Alright, so, first discussion. Does anyone have a topic, anything interesting? Or I have a list of ones. If
it's
you
just
don't.
I'm going to be on my phone for a little bit, but I am engaging in conversation. I don't think you're going to watch this podcast more than you're going to listen to it, so you won't even know.
Alright, shall we does anyone have something interesting to say, or do I begin with a question?
You begin.
Alright. My first question is, okay, here's a good question. If you could go back in time...
Wait. Shout out to Mr. Beast.
Yeah, thanks, Mr.
Can
Beast.
you fund the next one, please?
Mr. Beast!
Mr. Beast. Okay, here's my first question. If you can go back in time and change COVID, like from existing, would you or not?
I don't know, bro.
It's a good test.
Think about it. We
I
did
thought
have
about
to do
this.
our test. The actual,
There were a lot of pros from COVID and a
the
lot of
actual one.
cons.
Think about that.
The cons were a lot of people died.
Yeah.
And the pros were we didn't have to do exams. So which one really...
We
We didn't have to do like GCSEs. But also like COVID shaped us in a way like as people, because there were periods like, you know, it's not a very normal event.
But nothing crazy happened to us. Like,
No,
what
but
happened at the end is that we just got on with our lives. It wasn't like a world war. It wasn't like what's happening in Ukraine. If something like Ukraine happened here, that's where you really change. But we had started school. We still saw our friends.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you got rid of COVID, nothing much would have changed.
I think a lot of I think sociability like changed a little bit for certain people. Not for as much for me personally, but I don't know, I think there are some differences, like I feel like if I continued like high school in a more social area, I would have been a lot more confident in like being engaging with like people and like trying to, I don't know. As for me personally, I'm not sure. It's one I debate a lot about. I remember I asked Finn this question. We had a discussion, remember?
On this question?
Yeah.
My answer is yes. Sorry. Wait, what's the question? Like, what's the context of the question? Is it, would you change
Would
COVID?
you change? Would
No,
you
obviously.
remove COVID from happening? Or
No.
not? You
No,
wouldn't.
I would like
Joseph?
Probably not.
No.
Oh, yeah, because I don't know
No.
what would have happened.
But like nothing would have changed. Like, I'll be honest, nothing would have changed in our lives. If anything, our lives would have been easier by a margin. Like, if something really did change, it'd be like one of our friends having to leave Hong Kong because of the financial situation they put in because of COVID. That didn't even happen. So nothing really changed. Like, the sociability thing, bro, tomorrow you can become a more sociable person if you choose to. Doesn't, like...
No, I
you don't
meant more
need
like the way that I don't know. I feel like I used to be very shy, and then when the point where I started becoming more social, COVID happened, and that stopped me from being like that as
I mean,
confident.
consider also the fact you weren't 13 anymore. You were like 15, 16.
Yeah, I was like,
pushing
you're
17.
15.
Like, you can't just attribute it to COVID. You were growing up, and then you're also understanding like what the social kind of environment was more like. It wasn't. I don't. Regardless of what would have happened, I think you would have become more social anyway, because you were growing up. That's just it.
I think people are just finding their own way.
I think we might have missed out on a couple of things though, like
No,
having
yeah.
a proper graduation.
We had a proper graduation.
You're 11 now.
Who cares? Year 11 was like an interim graduation. I was just like,
Yeah, fair enough. I know. There was fun that we missed out on because we were stuck at home for several months.
I don't know. Like, if you just blame COVID for restricting you from having fun, That just means you didn't try to have fun.
Oh, I tried. No, I'm not saying I'm not blaming COVID. It's just the question: would you change?
No, like okay.
Yes or no?
When COVID happened, Finn and I, we often went to James' place in Lantau. We stashed a lot. Like, the thing is, the fun that came with that was also the fact that it was like highly illegal. You know, you get caught, like, you're screwed. You're completely done for. So there was a different element of having fun in a different kind of way. You were a bit more like, you're breaking way more rules. Everything was way more exhilarating because there was COVID. So even the smaller things became way more fun. It doesn't even matter if the old fun things you did weren't as fun anymore. Then just find new things. It's not that you missed out on fun. You just do not push yourself out there enough to have different types of fun. Like, bro, you played Among Us on Zoom.
That was,
you know, like that's what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't even matter. You just adapt. That's what you just have to do. There's no like, oh, let's change it because I didn't have fun. Let's change it because I would have had more fun. There's no difference. There's no difference. It's just a matter of your attitude.
But I think when we were in the moment, it's probably sucked ass.
It did suck.
We were in the moment.
We found it.
Yeah, but you just have to see through that.
Yeah,
in a
but
way.
Finn, you found
You
your
don't have to
shit.
dwell on it.
I did. I'm very
Are
happy.
you done now?
No, I got to show Lorenzo.
Where's it going?
It's going to Yangshan Port in China. 2-day trip.
Yangshuo.
Yangshan.
Yeah, the actual is
It's called the Paris Express, registered in Hong Kong.
registered in Hong Kong.
Yeah, it is. It's an MSC. It's an old MSC ship. There's no longer MSC listed as that. The MSC
How big is this?
design on the side. Guess.
I don't know. 600 meters?
It's 367 meters long.
I was gonna say
47 meters wide. It's come from Singapore. It's come from Egypt, Saudi Arabia, Singapore, Hong Kong, and now China.
Wow.
All right.
Does it say how much it weighs?
I'm gonna cut this.
Almost just must hear
Man,
my
this is
wall.
interesting, man.
Oh! Does it say how much it weighs?
Okay. Here's another question. Finn, are you ready to engage in the
Hang on.
podcast?
Let's show Lorenzo. That was this side. So like,
Yeah, okay.
it used to be MSC Philippa,
Are we open it?
Okay,
but now it's
Now
this side, and this side has nothing.
Yeah,
And it's the same as
It actually does, yeah.
What's that? Yeah. We found it. We found her, sorry.
the Paris Express. Yeah,
Paris
we found
Express.
All right, you ready?
Sexy boat, bro.
Okay, I
Keep
haven't.
that in. Thank you.
Appreciate that. Appreciate it.
Okay.
Thank you.
So here's another question. This is one I thought about. It was actually like I don't know if there's a right or wrong answer. So let's say a person killed a lot of people. Okay.
Yeah.
And then let's say that person donated $1 million to help like starving children.
You're talking about U.S. presidents now.
No, okay. Wait, let me try to like I don't know how to frame the question. Okay, so does the good so let's say this person killed a lot of people. They did really bad things. Then does one thing that other really good things that help a lot of people. So this person killed a lot of people, then it helped a bunch of other people. So let's say you stop that person from killing those people, but that would mean those other people he helped would not have gotten that help. What do you do in that situation? You know what I mean? You get what I'm trying to say?
Philosopher, right? So
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you would have stopped those previous people from dying, but then you'd also stop the people from
Okay,
getting better.
well-
You know what I mean?
You did GCSE history.
Yeah.
What happened with General Haig? And the song? You don't remember any of that?
you don't remember
Do you
any
remember
of that? Yeah, of course.
The whole
Awesome.
dilemma of throwing a bunch of 19-year-old soldiers, like tens of thousands of them, to just be mowed down by German soldiers to save Verdun. Like it was a distraction from Verdun to take Verdun back and to hold the French line at the cost of so many lives. Like, what do you think? And the thing is, there's no, like you said, there's no right or wrong
Yeah,
answer to it.
that's why I thought it was an interesting idea.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's not. I don't know how far you can go into it. It's really like.
How much?
No, I just wanted you to your thoughts, what you thought. No, it is. I don't. It was an interesting idea just to me.
Well, it depends what kind of like.
Or the actions was.
Philosophy
Like, how bad was it? You know what I mean?
Well, the song was.
I know the song was bad. I mean, like the
Yeah.
person who did. Like, how bad was it?
Yeah. Then the context depends.
Yeah.
But
Finn, what do you think?
I have no fucking clue.
Thanks, Finn, for engaging in this episode.
Well, I just don't know anything about history.
No, it's not about history. It's about that question in general.
What if Mr. Beast killed someone?
It's
Okay,
like that.
actually, that's a very good
Exactly.
question.
Exactly. It's like Mr. Beast helps all these people. Let's say in some weird, crazy universe, he did end up killing a bunch of people. Like, would you take that away?
Why?
Not a bunch
Why
of
would
it, just
you kill
one.
them? What's the context?
One person.
YouTube points.
Well, I think one.
You're asking a question that has way too many variables, way too many like
People, why has he just killed someone?
Yeah.
It's not. It's okay. It doesn't matter who. Let's. That's why back. It doesn't matter who it is. Just a
Has he
person.
driven his car into someone and killed him by accident, or has he?
I drove a Tesla. into a
Premeditated.
person.
Even in the case of I think it was General Hagen. I think it was. I don't even remember properly. If it was like what he did, there was some like, as horrible as it is to say, there was some like reason to it. You know, like he wanted to distract the German forces so they could take back Verdun, right? There was a whole like idea behind it. There was a whole tactic. You know, so there's even like if you just meaninglessly kills, then that changes the whole thing as well. So you need to give a bit more context.
It reminded. Thought this idea because I was listening to the podcast I listened to, and they were talking about this the cartel. So basically, they kill a lot of people. They sell drugs, which leads to a lot.
Cartel ethics are completely different.
No. It's like so. The cartel kills a bunch of people, and they sell drugs, which leads a lot of people to dying. But then they'll use that money and bring it back to the community. So like that's a good thing, right? That money.
How are they bringing it back to their community?
No, don't they do that? Like a lot of like cartel people, like they bring it back into their like the Mexican people.
You
like
sure?
that.
I think a lot of them are Sicaros who just killed.
No, I'm saying no. It happens though. It does happen.
You're seeing, well, whatever you are saying is, like, say, Mexican cartel makes a lot of money from killing people, selling drugs, disrupting other governments, right? They get money back, and what you're basically thinking is that they bring back the money like Robin Hood and then save their hood, let's say.
But they're not Robin Hood at all.
No, I know,
No,
but it does happen though.
You know what happens more often is they randomly kill and kidnap random civilians.
Yeah, I know that.
Get leverage.
Yeah, of course.
So what is the point in even thinking about them saving their community by bringing money back?
No,
I think there's
they
just
do
more
help
bad
some.
There's nothing they do, bro.
It's just the general. That's just like my question, you know, just like the
No, but
how much good outweighs the bad, like that kind of thing.
I think there's
you
more
need,
bad
you need
for
a
that
bit
one.
more meat on the bones to ask a question like that. Here's the bone. I don't know what animal you're talking about.
I'm just trying to think.
No, I know, but I'm just telling you, like the question like that needs to be a bit more specialist. You know, there's too many.
Specific?
Yeah, but it needs to be more specific.
All right.
But that case study for like the Sicaros, I think there's like for that one, there's more bad that outweighs.
I mean, you look at the mafia as well, like in the United States during the Great Depression and all that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, okay, they bumped up the GDP. You know, they gave people some jobs. But at the same time, they still killed so many people. They
manipulated stories.
like
Stories
it's still rumored that they killed President Kennedy. You know.
Yeah.
There's like so much stuff behind it. You don't even know the full story, and
Some say it's the CIA.
dude, there's so many conspiracies. I don't know. It's too. I don't know. You're giving us a diving
I'm
board.
moving on.
Giving us a diving board in a 4-meter pool.
Alright, let's move on. Here's a question.
Good enough.
Each of us can answer this. So, what would you do with $1 million? If you're given it right now, what would be the first thing you do with $1 million? Joseph, you can start.
Invest.
I can start. I need to think about that.
Alright, someone want to start?
Invest. Just straight invest.
Okay, you would invest.
Yeah.
Finn?
Put 500k into investing, and then not have to worry about money for a little bit.
What would you do with that money though?
I wouldn't spend it immediately. I would just be able to go out for dinner, and I'll think like, oh shit, I just spent $300. I've only got X amount left.
So it's hard to spend 500k, like unless you're buying big stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, if we're older, we got
Yeah.
bills, we got debt, blah blah blah. At this age, we don't need money.
No, let's say
It's a given.
let's take out debt and like bills out. Just like
Yeah, but
other than
that's reality of life.
Okay,
No, but that's my question.
That being said, there's no incentive to hold money and to make it grow more with like an investment. Then at that point, there's nothing to do with it, just to spend it.
Yeah.
Right. So what you're basically telling us.
Yeah, I'm asking what would you spend
What
on?
you're telling us is if there's nothing you can do, if there's no reason to have money, like beyond your wants, what will you do with it?
Yeah.
And so you only buy stuff. That's what you.
No, what specifically? What do you personally want? Like for me, I would want to go to the Maldives. That was my answer.
Buy a Porsche.
Okay, that's your
I
answer.
can't even drive.
What would you want?
By driving license.
I know that's my. I know what you're saying. That's my question though. I'm
Okay,
asking, what would you want to like
Well,
for yourself? Like,
Half of it to invest, the other half to just. I don't know.
what would you?
But
Who
can
knows?
I get a portion
I'd
of
pay for the boys to go karting in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
Right, there you go. That's my question.
But it's just spontaneous. I just come up with ideas. I can't like on the spot.
Okay, no, I'm actually I'm curious because I have like an immediate
I'm
answer. I would
painting.
want to go immediately. I'd book a ticket to the Maldives. That's what I would do.
I'll do what Finn does. Like that was.
But I would have. There's a lot of things you could do with $500,000, but they're not all going to come to you instantly. You just kind of live each day as it comes. So I'll wake up in the morning.
That's fine. That's just my question, though.
Go karting for 2 hours. Come along.
Cool. Exactly. That's just my question. I'm just curious.
I'll demolish you, bro.
Anyone have a?
I would dirt biking. You know, like the.
Oh yeah, no, they're
UGs.
Huh?
Mexico.
No, they're just in general. Like you
Oh,
go
right.
to the mountains. I went on the trip where like it was super muddy as hell. But I was driving like a little buggy car,
Yeah.
and there was like mudslides and everything. It was
Bro.
super. So
Dude,
something like that.
I really want to go like on like some dunes, like in the Gobi Desert or like the Sahara on like a dirt bike.
A dirt bike.
Just go.
I've
Yeah,
done
but-
that.
Or is it
Done
good?
that. Where? Which desert?
Dubai. Somewhere.
Oh, actually, on a dirt bike, bro.
And then
We're
have
living my dream, bro.
On a quad bike as well.
I prefer dirt bike, bro.
and then have Hans Zimmer in the background.
Oh,
Nah, you just
Dude,
you
get
just
Dune
need
in
the
the
sound of the engine, bro. That's all you need. Yeah.
Anyone have a topic, question, anything on your mind?
Not
I
really.
think we need the topics and then delve into the question.
What do you think that should be?
Branching out.
We should all guess and then I'll check.
What?
That pink one. O-N-E.
One. One.
O-N-E, mate. It stands for something.
One.
It's not 1, 2, 3, 4.
There's one.
That's O-N-E, mate. Get it right. Come
Here's
on.
another question.
No, come on. Let's all guess. Let's have a
What
guess.
was it?
Bro, come
I
on.
reckon.
But it isn't fun to just guess something that no one can understand.
Just guess. Just name a place.
Okay.
Oh, your mom.
Ooh.
Oh, you didn't say that, did you? Okay, I'm gonna guess it's come from. Oh, that's a good question.
That's a good
I
question.
think China. I'm gonna guess China.
Where's it going to?
Where's it?
Okay, I have a good.
It's going to Hong
Oh,
Kong.
coming from. No, but bro, it's.
No, it's going there. Trust me, it's all
It's
right.
Oh, it is
packed.
going,
It's
yeah.
packed.
Okay, yeah, okay. Where's it come from? I don't know. Singapore.
Yeah, about it.
Yeah.
You want to say? Let's say somewhere in Japan.
Japan.
Yeah, Singapore, Japan, China.
Are you guys done?
Well, come back to me.
Okay.
I am genuinely interested, guys.
Where is the
No one cares. I have to cut all of this out. This is
why
so boring.
I'll put the
It's not
dollar on.
boring. It's entertaining.
I'll
Someone's
put the dollar
supposed to be laughing their ass off listening to this.
Who?
I don't know. Someone.
Name me one person you think is actually gonna laugh at
John
this.
from Kenya.
I'm from Kenya.
Where's Kenya, bro?
Can you shut up, bro?
Can you show?
Kenya.
Alright, I have another
We
question.
drink the new drink called Nocta. Yeah. Knock the fuck out.
Oh.
That sounds like
Only
an
told me
AMF.
that one.
Sounds like an AMF, bro.
But what body part do you put socks on? Feet. Feet these nuts in the back, bro.
Oh, dude! Julia told me that one like months ago.
Bro, I
and
put him on
fell
all
for
that, bro. I put the
Joseph,
guy
I'm not gonna lie though, you got a kind chin. A kind of chin like the rest of my nuts are. Lorenzo, tell your knock joke to Joseph.
No.
Who's there?
These.
These
What,
two.
These.
I got another question.
Who's honestly.
What do you think is the most like important invention? No, like the one invention that's been the most impactful to us ever.
Flashlight.
I think so.
What did cameraman Steve just say?
Thanks, Steve.
Steve, I didn't know you
What
were
do you
freaky
think?
like that.
It's a loaded question.
Bluetooth.
Bluetooth.
I don't know, the wheel?
The internet? I don't know.
The internet.
I think the internet is the most like think about most
Internet
generic
could be
answer
good or
would be
bad.
the wheel, the fire, right? But think about fire was invented like what?
Fire was not invented.
Okay, but it was discovered
It's an
like
angle.
millions of years ago, and since like how long did it take for that to actually become like it changed? Like the difference, like for millions and millions of years, fire was just fire. It was only until like maybe a couple hundred years fire became more than just
Then we
fire.
could harness fire.
I think the internet because
Send fire
The
for our
internet-
will.
Okay, well.
I think the internet because internet was created in the late 90s and
Early
see
90s.
how much early 90s and since then how much has the internet changed all of everyone's life possibly.
Okay, what is the internet?
Well, it's just like the
It's that
connected.
kind of
No,
question.
no, but like what like it's
The
a tool.
internet's
It's a tool for sharing information.
yeah.
So what you're talking about is a tool. You need tools to build tools. So why don't you just start the first tool? You know, like
You were
the
going-
Stone Age.
What was
That's
the
probably
first?
what,
No, I'm saying.
no, like you've seen monkeys use tools now, like stones,
Yeah.
and they clank them. They break like coconuts open and stuff. Like that's probably like the invention of
Orangutans
tools.
are catching.
Well, yeah. My question is more not like. Okay, obviously, we'll say.
2000.
Yeah.
True. Exactly.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
We go back to the bone.
Well, they learn that. They learn that they can't shout at each other to solve issues.
No, I
Take
know.
matters into their own hands.
Obviously, like hammer, like a
No,
fire wheel,
but you're
things like
asking-
that.
It's not specific. He's just being general. The tool.
Yeah. Like the
not a
tool
what?
that can build tools is the most significant invention because tools are what you get.
My question is
to
more
build
is.
things.
That's facts.
Cameron Steve says, the most important tool is, fair warning, it's my penis. That's what Cameron
That is an important tool to think about.
Yeah, that is true. The
But
penis.
it's literally called a tool. Isn't it?
A tool is also a person, right? A stupid person's got a tool.
No, you call someone a tool because it's like penis. But it's just like an insult, but it's the actual word is like penis. Like, if I call you
Mother
a belly,
Nature's tool.
like it's the same thing. Like you're an idiot, but it's still like a belly, you know? Yeah. So what do you say about the question?
No, it's more like, not necessarily the most like, significant, but the one that's like being so influential and like change so quickly. Like the tool,
Yeah.
the tool that's like
The
becomes.
Stone Age changed everything.
I mean, like a direct impact in our lives. I think. I would
Okay,
say
but our lives are like.
Are we thinking now or are we thinking to the
Just
future?
forever.
No.
Well, yeah.
Because you can
Oh,
say
the
like
Stone
the,
Age.
you can say like the lithium-ion battery, for example.
That as well, yeah.
That's not going to help us now, but
The
one day.
lithium-ion battery has always been the lithium-ion battery. Like it
No,
was.
Yeah, but
okay,
it's just
well,
the fact that
The
it's-
internet
the
has
fact that it's
changed so
The fact that it's
much.
going to change.
It was
it's
not just like something you search things up. It's become like what you
So
see
good
now,
at this.
AI and things like that.
Julia, listen.
Well, it was a lithium-ion battery. Now it's going to power cars. It can power ships. It can power planes. It can power anything. We're not thinking about now, but that could be the most useful invention in 90 years' time.
The way,
When
the way
we've actually
you're-
solved saving this world from
I'm
complete
trying,
destruction.
guys. I'm trying to think.
the way you're like neglecting like the invention of tools, say with the Stone Age, right? Is like how like the whole idea that you're giving the internet because it's so advanced, whatever, fair enough. But like what he's telling you is that the internet will act as something. It won't act as a tool that built tools, but it will just be something in the timeline that will be surpassed by lithium-ion batteries. That's what he's saying.
And that's a pretty hard question to answer because there's a lot of stuff
Well, that's the question. I
that we
just
can't
wanted some
live without.
discussion.
So he's not wrong. You're not wrong.
Yeah.
I'm not wrong. James
Exactly.
is not
That's
wrong.
why it's an open-ended question.
Don't know about your response, but
Hey,
I think
about
Cameron
it.
Steve
Think about
has a point, though.
Okay, pull the plug on the internet. What happens?
Well, a lot of things.
but the entire world goes basically to standstill.
And then what?
Exactly. Well, then
We
we
have
have
lithium
to try to
batteries to help
figure out
us.
how to like
And then the
The
tools.
world is going
The
to go
tools.
into chaos, bro. It's literally going to be chaos.
exactly.
And then you'll be reverted to the Stone Age or the Bronze Age or whatever. You know,
And I gotta
Go
take
back to
notes in
school.
class, physical notes in class.
No.
not on Google Doc.
All right. Sorry, we had a battery issue. All right, moving on.
So if the viewer's interested,
That'd be cool.
that ship that we all guessed the location of actually came from Long Beach, California,
Yeah, none of us were correct, but it was registered in.
Japan.
Yeah,
so
jump
I
off.
get a half a point for that because I knew that. You know.
One.
One.
What?
Only.
O&E
One.
stands for something.
One.
So the other ship says 2.
Which one was it, Finn?
What the hell up, bro?
All right. My
Next question.
My next. Okay, let's move on to Joseph Radical Hypothetical.
that's at the end. That's the end.
No, that's fine. Doesn't matter. Let's just do it now. My question's kind of appealing to Lorenzo. He doesn't like that.
Okay. So, all right, this hypothetical. You have like a box, okay? All right, how much money would it take? It's untaxable, like not taxable, untaxable money, okay?
So just
You
straight
don't-
hard cash. Straight hard cash.
Or,
So you find a box of cash.
no. You open the box, right? And you see it, an ass and an anus, okay? Of someone in the world, someone's ass and anus.
Like cut off from the rest of their body.
No, it's just there, like you open the box, it's just there, okay?
Okay.
And you gotta lick it clean.
How
Oh,
much money
lick.
would it take?
You gotta lick.
How shaved is it?
It depends. It's any person in the
But
world.
there's a high probability for anything. Basically, there's no guarantee of what.
Yeah, but you have to do it for 1 minute. But alright, but you can clean it, you can shave it, whatever you have to do for 1 minute.
So you can prep it for a minute,
Yeah,
And
you
then
can prep
eat
it
it
for a
out for
minute.
a minute.
and then eat it out for a minute.
How much
Steve?
money would you
Steve?
do?
How much money would you? So we have to do it.
Basically,
Like how much money would you?
Mate, no less than 500 trillion for me. Like that is not something I'm ever going to do in my life.
We won't get any diseases, but the person knows what's going on, but they can't do anything.
So I can prepare you for the worst.
But when
It could
you
be a guy
start,
as well.
say it.
Yeah.
It could be anyone in the world.
1 in 7 point whatever billion.
Could be me.
That's actually bad.
That's disgusting, bro. My answer already 500 trillion or some
Yeah, that's
like
facts.
insane amount of money. That is just
Bro,
not
no.
That's
here.
facts. That's facts. Read that.
Nah.
What does it say?
Do
What
not
does it
bring
say?
that up.
Alright.
This is PG. This is a
This
PG
is
podcast.
This is not PG. Well,
This is PG.
it's not PG because what did you just say? That's not very PG.
That's a joke. No, but it's not. It's a unviolating each other podcast or others.
But when you start looking at it, the person is aware of like there's something going on. Why is my ass wet? But he doesn't, or the person doesn't see it.
Well, maybe they've had prior experience and they can relate to it. They know what it is.
$500 trillion.
How about you?
Done.
$1 quadrillion.
What? 500 quadrillion dollars.
10 quid.
10 quid. He's gonna do it.
Realistically,
Realistically, bro.
How about no.
Yeah.
How about if you do it every time? How much money? Like it's not a contract. It's like if you just do it once, how much money do you think you would get? You would,
wait,
So-
multiple times.
Same
It's a
amount,
one-time
Mate,
thing.
I'm not. Yeah, there's no
Could
one
be some
minute.
could be some middle-aged dude who's like 400 pounds.
Who's just like
Lives in his
trying.
mum's basement.
no, but it's like
no
you won't get any disease.
Bro, it could be the way.
Yeah,
but just the fact that
It's just
he,
disgusting.
like, he doesn't wipe his ass.
Yeah.
Probably like a
Bro,
jungle down there.
No amount of money will make me do that. No amount of money.
One quintillion.
Or maybe, or how about you can
Me,
do?
like right now, that have a good life and I'm not poor, no. Yeah, I won't pay. If I were desperate and poor, then yeah.
So you're saying you wouldn't. So what would you do it for?
No.
You didn't answer the question.
Well, it depends on the circumstance.
No,
Me, currently, at the decent living I have,
The question
can't do
doesn't.
right now.
The question is asking you just how far will you go in terms of disgusting, like.
Just give us a number. You
Yeah.
give us a
It's
ballpark.
yeah. Bro, I was just an instant like.
you even say like $1 billion. You realize how much $1 billion is?
Yes.
That's why
The fact is, I'm never going to do it, bro.
1 quintillion. Mate. That's
Yeah.
how much I'm doing it for.
Yeah.
Well, at that point, what are you gonna do with $1 quintillion? Like,
Anything you want, but I just.
The question is not what do you do with the money. It's how much.
oh my god, it reminds.
Me answering a stupidly high number
Means he's not going to do it.
means I'm not going to do it.
Same
Yeah,
way
I'm not
for
gonna
me.
do it either then. I don't want to. No.
Alright.
Unless I were poor and I needed money, then yes.
Will this change?
I'm
your
not
mind?
desperate
I'm not
enough
trying
for
to
that.
extract every word out of this question. We're just give a number.
I'm not giving a number. I don't want it.
Do it for free then.
For free. How about this?
No, but
You can put a filter. You can put a filter on it.
Filter.
Like you can say like what gender it is, where it is.
a nice, clean woman's ass that who
No, it can only be
decent
woman.
looking.
It might not be clean.
What do you mean then? What is your
Because you
filter?
have to keep you have to keep it crazy.
What do
And
you mean by filter then?
Just like
You've
it's a woman.
You've just put like 3 different filters. One filter would be nice.
Oh, you're saying only one
One
filter.
would be woman.
Only one.
Ah, so you get to choose if it's either a man or woman, or if it's clean or not, or
Okay,
this or that.
Regardless of the filter, it's still at 1 quintillion for me, bro.
What if it's
Oh,
clean?
you get one re-roll as well. Like you can re-roll it. You can open it again.
Oh, that doesn't change anything for me, bro. I can
Reroll. You're like playing with game
One more
mechanics.
chance. One more time.
Bro, it's like an infinite probability that I get like say one guy or whatever, right? The probability is the same for me to get the same guy, you know, like
Cleaner.
I could get the same guy for all I know, you know.
Yeah.
So there's no like point in re-rolling for me. Like, dude, it's still I'm never gonna do.
That's a
that.
good question.
I'm never
We
gonna
really
do
got our juices flowing.
What do you mean? Well, you can also look at the person's bio. Like
that. Nah, bro, nothing's changing that.
This
That's just
person's
disgusting,
bio.
you can see their history.
bro. Nah, yeah, 1 quintillion. I'm sat on 1 quintillion, bro.
But what if it's a good like person?
What do you
like,
do with $1
like a hardworking
quintillion?
person?
That's not the point of the question.
I'm
point of the question.
I'm pretty sure if you bought everything in the world, it wouldn't even be $1 quintillion. I think there's like a number, like how much if you bought every single thing on the planet, there'd be like a certain amount.
No, yeah, but
So what's the point then? Like, your question is just the maximum amount of money that is bought.
yeah. Yeah,
So I
because I
doubt
don't
1
want to do it.
I'm pretty sure it's like $2 quadrillion or something, maybe. Or trillion, a couple trillion.
Jamie, pull that up.
It reminds me though, like, of the
Zeros,
meme. It was this video. It's this the black kid. He's like, so realistically, I tell you to how much money would you do to suck a dick? And it's like, realistically, if you had $1 billion, you can buy yourself a brand new mouth.
No, yeah, I know, but he's also satirical. Like,
Yeah, that's a good video. All right, that's a good question, Justin.
Well, glad I got you guys.
Another
thinking.
question,
I've got nothing else to head now.
Finn. Do you have any topics? Something other than shipping you want to talk about?
Not really, to be honest. I'm just seeing container ships go across my mind.
Steve,
Not airplanes.
let's ask Steve. Steve, do you have any questions? Topics? Anything?
No.
Steve is often like this, the question man. Or woman, we don't know. Steve could be a woman. We don't know.
Steve is a guy's name.
Yeah.
Are you assuming their gender? It's 2023.
Oh my gosh, bro!
You're cancelled!
No, I'm talking about you, bro. I haven't heard that shit before.
Oh, I have an interesting story. This isn't a question, it's just a story. What do you think about it?
Called Alexa. Or Alex, sorry.
Alex.
Yeah.
Alex. That's right.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you know he doesn't get that?
It could be a boy or a girl.
Explain it.
Alex could be a boy or a girl.
No, explain,
No.
explain the relationship between Steve and Alex.
It's the cameraman Steve.
Minecraft.
Okay.
Bro, you know my
I nearly had us with the road.
in uni, my professor for electricity and magnetism.
Yeah.
I walked in, and on the board, like there's a camera that like shines on the where he works, so he can like do notes and everything. And he just had like 2 fridge magnets of Alex and an Enderman from Minecraft. Just the funniest thing I've ever seen. Like I walked in there, just crying, laughing. And then he's Japanese, everything, so he has a funny accent as well. He's just talking about Minecraft at some point. I'm like, bro, I already hate his lectures, and I'm just trying not to laugh.
It is hard.
Bro, his lectures are so boring, bro. I can't even. But yeah, no. It was just a
gamer
funny
in the classroom.
Huh?
We have a gamer in the classroom.
Yeah.
We're a gamer in the classroom.
But every guy in the lectures, I've at least seen play chess once. Every single
Or physical
guy.
chess or online?
Online chess. Everyone's just there playing chess on their phone.
Imagine, no, man, it'd be funny as fuck. You're in the middle of lecture and someone pulls out their chess table and starts putting the pieces there.
No, what my math professor, we're doing we're doing modeling for like, I already forgot the term, but it's a constant like changing gradients where they, like basically it's like 3-dimensional and everything. It's the gradient of like whatever's being modeled is like a chip basically, like a basin. And he brings out like Pringles and everything. Gives them to everyone, and he's just like drawing on the Pringle as well, like modeling like the lines and everything. And then he just eats it. It's got all this ink over it.
The chip.
The chip, and then just eats the chip afterwards.
The hell?
Yeah. Like what the hell, bro? But it's fucking funny.
Is that how boring the lectures are? It's just,
Oh my days, my lectures are horrible, bro. I'm so bored.
Tell us more lecture stories.
I don't have any more lecture stories. Bro.
That's how boring it is.
Yeah. I mean, I turn up late all the time. I sleep in half of them.
But you don't miss out a thing, right?
Not really, because all the notes are like available. Like, I just go for the sake of going now.
Like attendance or whatever?
They don't even track it.
Do you need to go to lectures to think?
No, but it's highly encouraged you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
You
most
pay
of the
for
stuff is online.
Wait, if you're paying a
Everything's
stupid
online.
amount of money for education, why would you not?
Man, I have to.
No, because
It's
I'm
like
asking.
$500 a day for me.
What?
With international fees, yeah. Something
Hong Kong?
ridiculous. 500 Hong Kong dollars a day.
Dude, my uni that I want to go to, it's like, I don't know, 150,000 for 2 years. What?
Fair enough. No, the thing about the UK is that it's the old like higher education there is the only thing that's keeping its economy afloat. Really, that's what that's what the main thing that I've heard. Because a lot of the economy is just like dispersing now. They're going like all the investment there has left. They don't really have anything there for themselves. Brexit is really like screwed it
In
up.
the UK.
Yeah. The only real thing that really gives it still its like pump is higher education. And once people start to surpass that, then they won't go there anymore. And then we'll see
So
what
then that
happens.
sector is gone.
Finally.
My uni's $100 a day, basically.
Hong Kong.
HKU.
Really?
Fair enough. But it's still not cheap, is it?
It's cheap. It's 24K
Well, yeah, it's a fifth of what
Wait, how
I'm
much
paying.
is
It's
your
24K.
full course?
24K.
Solid education.
per semester.
Steve, how much is your full course?
What do you mean?
All your whole 4 years, how much is that total? If you don't know the
How much
numbers.
are you?
It's 24K per semester.
Per semester, how many
local
semesters are
fees.
there?
Oh,
2 in 1 year.
lucky guy.
I'm British, bro.
So that times 8.
I know,
Really good
but
Oh, that's decent.
We have a house there.
That's cheap.
oh, so you can just
We have
register
proof, we have
that.
proof of bills. We have
About 190
Fair,
k
fair. So you can just
total.
yes, it is.
190k.
That's what James
Yeah.
did as well.
That's okay. It's more than mine, but that's pretty good.
I don't need to
Compared
say
to
this,
some-
but US uni is obviously insane.
Maybe later.
I found out this story. It's pretty fucking wild. So there's this man who basically he like overly excessively like donates his sperm to sperm banks, and this guy now has 500 kids.
I've seen that.
Did you get paid to do it?
Yeah, he gets. I think he gets paid to do it.
How
But,
much money?
but basically, because he had so many fucking kids, he's risking people for like inbreeding. But let's say he's running fucking kid, like 2 of his kids meet up when they have no idea they're related, and it's fucking wild. He's trying to become Genghis Khan. This guy.
Genghis Khan. Oh god.
This guy, and basically now he's gone around to different places in the world, different sperm banks. And I don't know why he does this. It's weird. Maybe it's like a weird fetish.
Maybe
or
they put a
something.
limit on him.
No, basically
Because he gets the
now,
different ones, that's
fucking
why.
like parents are finding out about this. Like, what the hell? These people are finding out about this guy, and they're like the Netherlands are fucking suing this guy because of this. It's a weird story, but it is weird though. Like he has fucking 500 kids, all from different mothers.
Does it really matter though?
Yeah, but let's say they meet.
Weird comment here, but like, if 2 of his kids did start a family, and they had no idea,
No,
the
it
kids
could
don't have fun. The kids
does
don't
it
have fun.
really matter?
No, but like, no, on a genetic level, yeah, it could cause inbreeding. Incest causes, like, higher chance of, like, mental issues and deformities and shit like that.
Does it?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
That's why, like, kings and queens, when they used to always marry their cousins, they used to always get, like half the fucking time the kids would be, like, completely brain dead
Yeah,
or,
but,
like really
How many
fucked up in the body.
generations does that take?
What's the chance that if
It
he
could be one.
he has
Really?
500 kids and there's millions of people?
Of course, the chances are very low, but
The
it's
chances-
way higher than anyone else possibly.
Yeah, but it's like,
But if you don't stop him now, he's
Yeah,
gonna
no,
keep
and the
going.
thing, you don't stop it now. It's this guy, like, he clearly doesn't
it's
feel
like
like
me
wanting
throwing a coin into that entire ocean sea in front of you and telling you to dive down in one spot and find the coin, or shrinking that coin by 500
Yeah,
times.
I know, but the parents are upset.
Shrinking
Like,
the ocean by 500 times.
I don't want to tell
Turning
you,
the coin,
these
it's still a
people,
huge.
they don't like this. It's weird. Like,
It's still a massively.
No,
like,
I get it
massive
from a small
uncertainty.
town. If it's like a city, it's fine.
You think like
It's
the,
the
if
world.
he's gone to
Right,
different,
he's going to
people are
different
suing. All I'm saying is an interesting
if he's
story,
gone
and
to
a lot of people are
different
suing
countries
him
as well,
for this.
then he's probably thought it through.
I know, but like, it's a way higher of a chance than any other people. I don't know. I just thought it was a funny story.
Like, it's okay, fair enough. It's a way higher chance than other people, but it's still a stupidly low chance.
Yeah, but
Like,
it's a
stupid.
I don't know. I thought it was a funny story. Fucking modern day.
The thing about
Genghis Khan.
inbreeding as well is that it's not guaranteed. No, not inbreeding. Sorry, like
The
birth deformities are not even guaranteed.
Of course, not guaranteed, but
No,
it's,
yeah,
always
so-
it's always
Yeah, no,
a shame.
there is a chance, but the same way it goes. Like, if you haven't even like inbred, like you can still have a kid that's like
Yeah,
has a
those-
birth defect.
No, but the chances
Yeah,
of that are
so-
way
No,
lower.
but the point is like there's already a probability, like a massive probability you have to account for to meet someone with like the same like maybe third someone who's somewhat related to you. And then for the other side of the probability to have some like a child with a birth defect, it's not really like there's a lot of probability with that.
There's a chance, but it's just.
I mean, people don't like it. They don't want people are suing this guy. The people who
That's what people do these days, Judah.
I think it's a pretty
They don't
valid
like
thing to be suing about because like I didn't know because when you get like a sperm donor, you're like, okay, this
Okay.
guy, I want to look at
Well,
this,
okay.
and then they find out this
Judah,
dude is
Judah,
having sex
Judah,
with like
Judah.
not having sex,
Judah.
not having sex,
Judah.
donating a lot. And
Judah.
they don't like that.
That being said, do you know how dating is like in Iceland?
No.
Everyone has to do a one of the tests, like the
Yeah.
genetic tests and everything, to see if they're dating a relative. Because the population is so small in Reykjavik. It's so small, out of all of Iceland. So, like that being said, like just take a test if you're scared, Make sure the other person takes a test. If you're in the town that is notorious for having that one guy, and like the town's population is like what, 501 and 500 kids, like yeah, okay. Then do the test, see if you got lucky to not get the guy who's like your sister or whatever. But
God, who's your sister?
you get my point. Like just there was something
I know.
God, who's your sister?
There's no harm in taking a test, which takes like a day of your time. And then if
I know,
it
but
doesn't work out, then whatever, you move on.
It's still pretty weird though. It's a weird guy to be doing that.
Yeah, that being said, living in Iceland is weird, but not really, is it? So.
Oh, we can't do it, but I still love you. Can we get a donor? And it turns out to be the same guy.
Oh my god, imagine how crazy it'd be like, first, like, the guy donates, and then you get 2 children, those children meet, then they try to find their donor, and it ends up being both of them their dad. Imagine how crazy that would be.
Yeah, that'd be pretty crazy.
I don't know, I just find it funny. That guy's going around just has 500 kids. That's pretty.
Planting seeds.
Yeah, literally. Just planting a little bit of. He's like, you know, in Guardians of the Galaxy.
There's a plan.
You know, in Guardians of the Galaxy 2,
He's gonna take over the world.
Star-Lord's dad, and he's going around the different planets having a kid with each of them to try to get the power, whatever, I forgot.
Yeah.
That's basically that guy.
I don't remember that movie, but yeah. Me too. That being said, like, human farm. Could you imagine if we lived in some, like, well, when I think of, like, farming, like, animals sometimes, like, you have, like, wild animals, like, they say wild salmon, like, roaming the oceans. And then you have, like, farm salmon that are just born and bred in a single spot, and they just swim around a little bit, and then they're just killed, right? Could you imagine if there was, like, a society where humans are also farmed in that way? Like,
There's a gang called Swarm, and it's literally
it's
like,
I've heard of Scorn.
where, like, it's like we breed just, like, genetically enhanced, like, humans that are good to eat, but have, like, certain birth defects that say that don't make them self-aware or anything. But they're still human.
that's
They're
Swarm. Yeah, Swarm had like,
bred to be fed, bred to be eaten.
or like just used for machinery. Like there was Swarm has like this egg guy who's literally born in an eggshell, and then you scoop him out. It's messed up. And this is a regular thing apparently, because they just scoop him out and then in the game you just scoop him out to get this door open. And it's like whatever you're saying, like
This is like the premise of the Dune universe, essentially what it is.
is it
What? What
Just
happened?
highly specialized
pilots, right?
humans.
Oh yeah, but it's not like cannibalism, because the cannibalism.
No, okay, it's not cannibalism, but
Yeah.
they've spent a shit ton of time breeding different species of humans to be very good at doing a specific.
It's like the
particular
pilots,
thing.
right? They which pilot the ship. Like,
And
they-
also the guys that
big-
like compute.
Yeah, yeah, they kill. So they're the
Mentats.
The
Yeah,
mentats have been bred over millions of years
Yeah,
to be
yeah.
extremely good at doing one thing. And then if they're not good enough, like with the tests, the Grom Jabbar for the Bene Gesserit, for example,
Yeah.
if they don't meet those standards, they die. It's the same. I mean, it's not the same.
But
It's
it's,
the
it's
same
like
principle.
it's also forced natural selection. Yeah.
But that's what they're doing. They just spent a long time
That's pretty cool though.
breeding a specialized human. Like
That's because
there's
they.
people driving the ships and navigating the same thing.
No, that's because there was a war. It was a prehistoric war with like computers and technology.
The
right?
Butlerian jihad, yeah.
Yeah, and then
They
after
wiped
that,
all technology, and then they started
Maybe
breeding.
people
Is that what happens in
yeah,
Dune?
that's cool. That's
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, Siri said no. and they
Basically,
killed it.
Dune.
Technology.
Dune like? Is there an Earth in Dune?
Dune is long after Earth.
No, but was there an Earth?
Earth progressed to this extremely highly intelligent species that was
Crazy technology.
technology AI, and then the technology turned on them.
So they fought.
So they fought the technology, they eradicated every wince of technology in the entire world, and then built up this universe where everything is controlled by a human, but like a highly trained human. So a human that could do only one thing, but to a
This is all like
stupidly good
books.
level.
Yeah.
Dune, the prequels.
All those.
The movie's coming out this year.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
The movie like doesn't go into that kind of. But
I mean, I don't expect them to
I'd like to
fit
see it do that. Yeah.
I mean,
The Navigator.
Denise wants to do more after
Yeah, the
Dune. He
Navigator.
wants to do the sisterhood thing.
The Children of Dune. It's a pretty.
He wants to do the sister.
Those
What
spoilers
are
I'm
they
reading.
called?
Have you read that?
I've read The Children of Dune. It's a very slow book.
What are they? What's the ladies?
Bene Gesserit.
Yeah.
the what?
Bene Gesserit.
Yeah, those people. The Vanessa.
How did she? Remember they said like you birthed a boy, like she can control the.
You can.
Yeah, exactly. That's so crazy.
Whoa! Let's not talk too far into it. I don't want no
It
spoilers.
was in the first.
Do you think the second
it was in
Dune
the
will be
movie.
better?
There's a
Yeah,
yeah,
what
second
is it?
Dune will be
No, no,
better.
no,
There's a scene in the second Dune
The old
where
lady.
the Reverend Mother.
Okay, but
Yeah, she said she talked to Paul's mother. Like, why did you birth the boy?
Yeah, she has a choice.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
she can choose.
Bene Gesserit can
No,
change.
see, I don't know that. I don't know
Bene
that.
Gesserit can change the structure of every cell in their body.
It was in the movie.
Okay,
Yeah.
well,
And
okay.
I won't say
Yeah,
anymore because it'll be shown.
Well,
in
it's
the
not his
second
fault. It
movie.
was in the
Yeah.
movie, he said. So
No, it was in
I
the
didn't
first
know that
one.
either.
Sorry.
They talked about it in the first.
They hint at it, but you'll see in the second movie if they.
Yeah,
have
they
it.
didn't like.
It's
They didn't say that.
It's a significant
Basically.
moment, but you'll
Yeah, they-
see.
I didn't know they could
What
change.
is the Children of Dune?
Children of Dune is the third book. It's about.
It's after Dune.
It's about
It's about Paul anyway.
Paul's children.
Ah. Okay.
What about Dune is so cool is that like you see like the implications of what happens like
Yeah,
many
yeah.
years after.
I have to get my book back. I don't know where I left it.
Right, it's so good.
I know. I started reading it and then I stopped reading.
How long
Like,
is
it's
Dune?
boring. It's like some of the parts of the book are so slow. Not boring, but slow. But like just what we spoke about now, just the
No, yeah.
the world, the
building,
scale,
yeah.
the world building of it is just
Yeah.
immense.
I might read it after Dune 2 comes out. Because I mean, I want to watch the movie.
You may as well just read it.
No, but I'd rather watch the movie.
But no,
and then
the second movie will be good if it's anything like the book, which it should be.
Yeah, you have Denis behind the camera. So.
Denis never made a bad movie.
Best director alive right now, by far.
I know there's no guns in Dune, but there is guns, right?
There's
False
laser
guns?
guns.
Yeah, because they have the
shield.
The shield, yeah. So only like slow moving projectiles can penetrate that.
But is it like the las guns or the laser
Yeah.
guns where like you shoot someone with a shield like a nuclear bomb?
If you shoot someone with a shield, you explode. The gun itself explodes. Like it sends a beam of energy back through the laser, which is like a nuclear bomb. So it's really
Oh my god.
Steve, what are your thoughts on Dune?
I'll watch it.
You should. I'm really excited for Dune. I think that's #1 most anticipated movie of the year.
But like the second movie won't get anything that we spoke about.
No?
So it's going to be based on the planet.
Or the rest of Paul's story, right?
He-
As well. Yeah.
Denis wants to do something after that though. Like he wants to
Let's
do.
do Dune Messiah. Dune Messiah.
What's
the
that?
next book in the
Is that-
series.
Wait, how many Dune?
There's 6 books in the main series written
And
by
then
Herbert.
there's prequels.
And then there's a bunch of
spin-offs.
books
Written by
written
son.
by his son Frank. Yeah.
Ah.
No, Brian.
Frank
Herbert's
Herbert's
Frank Herbert's. Yeah, Brian's his son.
So which ones are like detailed the prologue basically, like everything that happened before?
The prequel.
Like the Sisterhood of June, the Sisterhood.
That's supposed to be a TV
um,
show.
It is, but it's not very good.
What
I've
do you
seen
mean
some
the
of it.
book?
Yes, like June and Sisterhood. It's just it like goes into specifics about Bene Gesserit. Like there's a book essentially that goes into the origin of each kind of the Mentats, the Bene Gesserit, the Atreides clan, the
Okay, yeah.
Harkonnens, blah blah blah. You know, the Emperor, the
Slaughter Car.
Karina. There's so much, but I haven't read them. I've just like because as I read the main books, I go onto these wiki pages and then it gives me a whole like
okay.
origin of it all.
I'm gonna probably get into that.
Years of reading, seriously.
But
How
worth
long-
it, innit?
How long would it take to read the first Dune book?
If you're a good reader,
That's how good of a reader you are.
Yeah.
If you're
I'm,
not,
I haven't
I'm
read it.
halfway through and I've been reading it for a year.
Yeah, you take 12 years to do
it's
everything.
a hard book to read.
It is a hard.
Very descriptive, right?
It's very
Joseph-
descriptive.
Hasn't finished
Yeah, I
book
remember reading
also.
some pages,
Hasn't finished
like,
film,
3 times over,
editing
because I
of the
couldn't
movie.
understand.
I've just
Hasn't
read
finished
everything
this.
Yeah.
Dude, I reckon it would take you at least like 4 months to properly understand.
How many pages is it? Like,
It's a lot, but like
Oh, dude, it's like
Lorenzo,
that.
what Lorenzo just said is the same with me. I read like 5 pages and then thought, what? And I had to reread the whole thing.
yeah.
And then I go on and I read another book, different, like not in the
You
Dune
just have
series. And I just makes so much easier.
I guess I have to stick with my Magic Treehouse books.
Even like I've started reading Dostoevsky. Even reading his stuff is kind of like very like some parts are pretty descriptive but slow and not quite difficult to understand.
And it's also just the fact that there's so many made up things in the Dune universe.
So you really have to
that
just
don't
think
have
a lot.
like they're not what you know, so you have to search them up. He doesn't give you any descriptions of
Oh,
them.
there's
so,
just a
they'll
lot of
be a
like random words.
a random word, a
they,
random
they won't explain it.
species, a random item, and you don't like they don't explain. He puts it into detail, but if you want to fully understand it, you got to like read about it.
So how long did it take you to finish the first Dune?
4 or 5 months, I think.
How often did you read it though?
Like once every 2 days. I go through phases with reading where, like, I might not read for a week, and then I'll read it like solid for like 2 weeks, and then I won't read for a week.
I haven't read a book in so long.
Do you ever like when you read the book, you just imagine the scene in your head?
Yeah,
Of course.
that's what I like about it.
Yeah.
It's like watching a movie, but you are the director.
So yeah, that's what reading is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you create all the visuals yourself. So I have an image of what I think Dune 2 will look like.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I
like you
think
gotta,
about
but because the movie exists now, you have like a basis of it, on front of the movie.
Not really. But you can still
A
look
little
at the
bit,
way you
but-
want to.
Before the movie came out, without any images, then you have like your own image, unless you've
Well,
seen
Rendezvous with
the
Rama.
first. Huh?
Rendezvous with Rama. I have an image of that book in my head because I know it's going to make it. may make it.
No, but I'm saying that. No, but I'm saying because that movie doesn't exist yet.
Rendezvous with what?
Rather. I told you about it.
Oh,
I
the
think
one
you
you
have
told me.
Massive cylindrical object that comes into
you
the
told me
solar system. It's such a good
No, I'm
film.
saying no. Of course. So you have a
read it?
vision
Yeah.
because there's no like
No, I have the
visual.
second one on me.
Oh, you did send me that actually.
Yeah.
Well, what's it about?
It's about this massive spaceship that's like just a big cylinder, and it's like 80 kilometers long by 50 kilometers in circumference. No, diameter.
Is it a long book?
No, it's a pretty easy book to read. And then they just basically it's like a advanced species. sending-
Yeah, okay. He wrote
Explorer.
2001: A Space Odyssey.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he is. Yeah,
Well,
that's what I
Arthur J.
recognize.
Clarke.
Yeah, C. Clarke.
Arthur C. Clarke.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very good book.
You guys excited for any other movies this year?
Not really.
Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer.
Well, the
Birds of Prey.
Birds
There's
of
something
Prey.
to come.
What was afraid? What was afraid is.
It's not
Okay,
gonna
but
come.
when is Dune 2 out?
Probably.
October.
No, September, I think.
Yeah,
Probably
we'll
October.
watch it. Yeah.
Yeah, UK. We'll go to the
We'll find IMAX.
BFI,
London
London,
IMAX.
biggest screen in the UK.
Yeah, we'll go there for it.
There's a lot of movies I'm excited.
I wish I was in
There's Scorsese coming out. There's
It's not. It's
that, like the oh my god, I can't speak.
no.
The Batman
Yeah.
all three all-nighter. There's a cinema in the UK, an IMAX screen, that's doing an all-nighter Nolan Batman thingy, where like at 10 PM until like 6 AM, so when you watch all three Batman movies in a row.
Oh, they're gonna have like a big intermission.
And they're doing like, no, it's just straight. Maybe like 10 minutes between each film. And they're rescreening Interstellar.
Well, they have to.
They're
I
rescreening
could do with an Interstellar rescreen.
Yeah, IMAX as well. Like,
And the Tenet is one of the best ones I've seen in the cinema. Like the
Oh, yeah.
cinematic experience.
yeah,
is just,
everyone just hates Tenet. But
yeah, but it's
I don't
Such a
understand
good
the whole sound thing. It wasn't as bad as people
No,
said.
yeah.
It really wasn't. Like I can tell at times there was a little bit, but overall, like I didn't.
the thing is
I don't
the whole
understand it.
film is a gimmick, and just take it as a gimmick. It's not deep. Just like enjoy like what you're shown. That's,
I mean, it is deep because it's Nolan.
bro, it's not, bro.
if you try and look, I spent a lot of time after the film trying to look too deep into like the logistics of it. Like how do you film a person going like inverted?
Like there's
Like it just got so complicated. Like it made sense in my head, but it just got so complicated with like oh, he's inverted doing this or
but like beyond the gimmick of having like being in like say linear forward time and witnessing like backwards time. Beyond that, there's nothing else to the film that's like.
I didn't really understand the beginning.
no,
Still.
it's just
I never-
incredible.
It's a walking
It's just
gimmick.
incredible cinematography, a great score,
Like great costume design,
great writing.
everything that you just need to see and not think about is amazing, and that's all it is. That's the entire film. It's just it's gonna be a future classic that you'll
Just
watch
looks
back.
good, sounds good.
Yeah, it's just it's a walking gimmick basically.
Like the story, as just a story, is not actually that complicated.
There's no story basically. Like
But it's not
Yeah,
that
but-
complicated as a story. It's just you go forward and then they go
Yeah.
back and then they go back forward.
the story has nothing to do with the actual film itself in a way where everything it's trying to do is show you what Nolan wants to show you. Really,
Like it's gonna get like a bad reception.
for what? No, I need.
Don't
that.
spoil. I
That's what I'm
wanna-
gonna say.
He's not spoiling it.
I feel like there's
No, I
like
was
one
scared.
scene because you read the script in like 2012 or something. Like then in this modern audience, just
Is Ari Aster?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
just
Ari Aster is.
would not appreciate it. It would just be way too much.
Do you like Midsommar?
Yeah, I love.
No, I know you like Hereditary. I didn't know if you liked Midsommar. I haven't
love
seen
Midsommar.
either yet.
Midsommar is
Like,
like.
either, bro. That's
What do you think is better, Hereditary or Midsommar? I think Hereditary is
I
better.
think it was.
Midsommar is just like
You know,
the young
Most people
sister.
like Hereditary. A lot of people don't like
He
Midsommar.
thinks of it as a comedy.
Honestly, I can
It's
see it.
intuitive. He thinks that that
Yeah.
film is a comedy.
Who?
I find
Ari
it's
Aster.
very similar. Like the whole premise and the structure of the story, everything is very similar to Hereditary. I think Hereditary did it better. Like Hereditary was much scarier.
Like Hereditary overall, like people like it a lot more. Midsommar is a very mixed reception compared.
I don't know.
I haven't seen-
Midsommar is the same to me, but not as good.
Yeah.
It has a different vibe to it as well. It's much more.
I haven't
it's,
seen them yet,
it's
so
bright.
I'll
It's
watch
like-
them soon.
It's like a clown.
It's a daytime horror movie, which is like
Yeah,
very
it's even scary in a way.
toxic.
Yeah, I really like the visuals.
You know what's something I want to get into, or like well not get into, but something that's really interesting is cosmic horror. That's something so difficult to create.
Is that like that book you gave me a couple of years ago?
What, you mean like
read
Cthulhu?
some of this stuff.
Yeah.
Like Cthulhu?
Yeah, like that's something.
You should watch Lovecraft Country. That was about Cthulhu and
Lovecraft Country.
it's a show. It's
About what?
about like that kind of stuff.
cosmic horror? Like
I
what
haven't
details cosmic horror, or is it?
There's like Cthulhu and like those kinds of things. They don't go to
I
space,
never
but
really
they're like
understood it.
Cosmic
Can you
horror.
like explain it?
It's just like
Dummies.
so. You don't. So like cosmicism is like stuff that's in the cosmos that you will never like actually see or understand.
Is it like an alien species?
Alien stuff, so stuff like that. So basically, the premise of cosmic horror is to show you horror, or for horror, a type of horror to be presented to you that is indescribable and imperceivable. So what's his name? The author, Lovecraft. What he writes most of the time is small details about the creatures or whatever, but most about the fear that is incited when you witness them. And so it's always very subjective. You can never properly execute a cosmic horror. Like there are pretty good cosmic horror films like Annihilation.
I love Annihilation.
That's probably
That's
the
cosmic
closest you can get. Yeah.
Alright,
And then you have also like The Void. It's a pretty good one as well.
The Void.
Yeah, but you can't really do much with cosmic
How about the
horror.
movie? Do you know the movie Under the Skin? I haven't seen it, but
I haven't. That's on my watch list, but that's. I don't know if that's cosmic horror. That's just the that's just psychology.
How's Annihilation cosmic horror?
It's meant because it's meant to show you horrors that are out of this world that you would never actually think of. Have you seen it?
you know,
So
H.P.
recently-
Lovecraft is an
Because I know that
extreme-
the whole film is just basically
The rest is cats.
a symbol for cancer.
You know,
Is it?
Yeah, and like it's basically the idea of the film is what happens if the Earth gets cancer,
what?
Oh, okay.
and then the shimmer.
Yeah,
It's just the
tumor.
is just essentially the growing tumor, and how each cell inside of like
Ah, I see.
changes in the same way that your
Yeah.
body. It's just a larger scale,
I think
I like Alex Garland a lot. I love Ex
and then like how basically
Annihilation a lot.
you come out like you go into the cancer, the shimmer, one person, and you come out the other person the same way that if you survive cancer,
okay.
you come out a different person to the person you were before you had.
Oh,
it.
that's interesting.
That
Yeah.
is baseline what the film's about.
There's a lot of books.
The
on
thing
that
with
series.
the cosmic horror, the closest thing you'll kind of understand to be cosmic horror in that film would be when she sees that, like, say the source of the cancer.
Yeah,
she goes
yeah,
into
yeah.
the lighthouse and there's that like the origin of the
That's
shimmer.
such a bizarre scene.
But that is cosmic. That's like the cosmicism of it.
Yeah.
So that's what I like. But it's impossible to execute. Really, it'll have to be like an idea of cosmic horror, but not true cosmic horror. But I really like that movie, man.
Yeah, I like it. I like it more than Ex Machina.
No, Ex Machina is S tier, bro.
I think they're both S tier. I just like.
No, Ex Machina is higher, way higher.
Fair.
What do you think of Ex Machina? Have you seen that?
I've seen it a while back. I can't really remember. What happened at the end?
Oh, I haven't watched it.
I don't say anything.
Okay.
Robots.
It's him and that robot, isn't it?
Yeah.
And they kind of
Well, it's three
form a
people.
bond.
It's
Yeah.
Don Gleason, Alice
Or it's like
When the inventor dies,
and,
right?
And Poe Dameron.
The inventor gets killed.
Oscar
Yeah, in the end. No, it's the
Oscar Isaac, Alicia.
what's the name of the
main character?
the test for AI?
Oh, the thing. The Turing test.
The Turing test.
Turing test.
The whole film is a double Turing test. That's what it is.
For the viewer.
No, and not for the viewer, but for the character, because they're performing a Turing test
You know.
on the AI. But it's like doing a reverse card basically, which
He
is
had,
really
a
interesting.
he had a movie last year. The director. It's called
one?
Men. I didn't watch it yet.
Man, I don't know anything about film anymore. I just make me watch the film and I'll think about it. I don't.
Is Black Mirror is not one of those, right?
Black Mirror is kind of
What
Mirror's
kind of
horror.
horror is that? Or
That's
like
not really.
Oh no, Black Mirror's it is horror. It is.
Well,
Horror.
there's some horror episodes, but no. Overall, it isn't a horror show. It's a sci-fi show.
But it is
The
like
overarching theme isn't horror. There are scary episodes, but it's not
I
horror.
mean, the original philosophy of Black Mirror was basically horror.
yeah, it's like what
I mean,
technology being.
it's
Yeah.
scary, but it isn't horror necessarily. There are a couple episodes, yeah, they are, but a couple not. A lot of them aren't actually. They're just sci-fi and they're a little scary.
Well, like how would you describe this like deeply disturbing concepts that are executed through like Black Mirror?
Well, it's not supposed to like scare you. It's supposed to make you like uncomfortable. I don't know.
I'm reading about my favorite one was when they're in the basement or the facility and they have to generate.
Wait,
points.
have you seen those?
Oh, that one, million merits, something
Yeah,
like that, 15 million
yeah.
merits.
That was really good.
Have you seen the whole show?
I think I did. Yeah.
Yeah, what were you saying? What book were you reading?
I'm reading a book called The Three Body Problem.
What's
It's by a
that?
Chinese author who it's just been translated into English. And like it's one of these like crazy sci-fi films that has like so many layers to it, but like the underarming theme of the book, I think, is
Steve,
like
you're
what's out there.
You good, Steve?
Can you put me on that later? Yeah. Okay.
It's basically, I think, it's just basically how terrifying is what is out there and what we don't know.
Cause that's cosmic horror.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It will be cosmic horror.
Search up
Like, what
Lovecraft
happens if they
Country.
come?
Take a look at the trailer. You might like it. I don't know.
Is it?
It is based on like H.P. Lovecraft books and stuff. But I don't know.
I don't know, man. I don't know. You need to find something original for that.
That's all I thought of.
Yeah, it's a pretty scary question you can ask basically anyone. is what happens if they come?
Another one is the
Tuesday.
is Clover Lane or
Cloverfield.
Yeah, that one. That's cosmic horror.
I guess.
Actually, in between Alex Garland, his Annihilation, and his new movie Men from last year, he did a show in 2020 called Devs. I watched like the first 2 episodes. I haven't finished it yet, but that's pretty cool.
You're talking about obscure ass fucking like films and shows. Like nobody knows this shit.
Yes.
What's it about?
Devs. I'm saying it's from Alex Garland. He directed and wrote all of the episodes, so it's just a show from him. It's about like this software engineer lady, and her boyfriend's also like some tech thing, and then there's like a special facility, and then he gets promoted to work there, and then he figures out like a secret. I don't know the secret yet, but he discovers something, and then they kill him. This is all in the first episode, not a spoiler. He gets killed, and the girlfriend has to figure out what's happening. And every episode, you learn more about like what's actually happening in this facility. It's interesting.
Fair.
No, I really like those first two. I found out he had a show. I'm wow, that's cool.
What's it on?
It's on Hulu, but that's in America. We don't have Hulu, so I just watch it. Actually, I don't use those websites. Those are illegal. You shouldn't use those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do not.
I don't use them because they're just not worth watching it.
No,
They take down the quality.
720p,
No, they-
shit audio, it's just like why?
You know why
They
I
do.
don't keep buying movies off iTunes?
I
Is to watch them in 4K.
What do you watch movies on?
well, if there's movies on Netflix, I'll watch on Netflix. If it's on Amazon, I'll
And
watch
if it's
on
not, do you watch
I have
it on-
Netflix, Amazon, and Disney Plus. Most of the things I watch, the only things that I like.
So if not, then would you like watch it on a free website?
Yeah.
I just don't see the point in that.
Because I want to watch it.
But it's just such a shit. Like you don't watch a
You
movie
can
to
find good ones, man.
But not as good as like.
not
Yeah,
to
not
just
4K, but 1080p is really
if
good.
you just spend $30, rent the movie.
So
No,
with
I
certain
don't-
films, like
$30.
for me,
Bro,
like
but the thing is, you don't watch movies that often. I watch movies and TV literally every single day.
you know I think the reason I slowed down with watching film.
So like you'll spend $30 on me once a month.
Yeah, but how often
I spend
do you use
$30 on
those
me.
websites?
Oh, I got another cosmic.
Depends.
That's like anime. So I don't know.
I won't know it then.
Yeah, but it's like
It's different,
it's
man.
Abyss.
I just wouldn't like.
So
I
the
would
further
never.
down they go, the more.
The thing is, I watch a lot of
crazy shit
shows, and
happens.
some of those shows are on HBO.
So maybe
That I
that's
don't
like
have.
cosmic horror.
Yeah, we'll look into it.
Oh, you don't have HBO?
No, I don't have it. There's no
It's on
HBO.
Netflix.
There is HBO.
TV.
Oh yeah, Now TV. I don't have fucking
No,
Now
but you
TV.
can get the HBO app and stream everything.
No, the weird thing is you have to have Now TV for HBO.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
weird.
Well, I have that.
I don't have Now.
Unlucky, bro.
You guys pay for that's like
Now TV,
old fashioned.
Well, yeah. Well, we don't
We pay
cancel
for
the
Now
subscription.
TV because there's so much shit on there.
How long have you had it for? I canceled
Since I
my.
was before.
Exactly, I canceled. My parents canceled that because they realized how
Long time.
expensive that was for half the shit we don't even use.
But my dad uses it.
Okay, no, if your dad, none of us.
But I was saying, well, one of the reasons I think I stopped watching films so much is because a lot of the films on my watch list.
I'll pay you.
I can't give you my account.
Yeah, you can.
It's going to my TV, but my account is my box.
Yeah, like a big
go back.
No, you can. You can
Back
log in.
category?
I'm,
I'm not giving you my Now
I'll
TV.
pay you.
Backlog.
It's my mom's account.
Lorenzo.
I don't have
Hey.
a backlog.
okay,
Like
I'll
a huge
pay you.
back category, like a bunch of films that would.
Oh, I've got so many films.
Sorry, I didn't mean to. What were
Is
you
it 'cause
saying
of
before?
eating?
No, it's because like a lot of the films I wanted to watch are very like pretty looking films. Like I'm not gonna like most films I watch that I think are something I need to watch are very like well rounded. Right, so good story, good actor, whatever. But it's also very nice to look at. And some of them like there's this. I already forgot the name of it, but there's this like Lord of the Flies kind of film by. It's some I don't even remember the name, but it was one of like the best. It was like 2019 or something, like super under the radar for everybody.
Which
I forgot the name, but it is so beautiful to look at, and I could not find it anywhere.
Do you remember anything about it?
It's a Lord of the Flies kind of film. the kids, they find this like soldier or something.
Sometimes what you have to do in that case is go to the production company's website.
Oh, but
Like in A24's
it's so obscure. It's in Chilean.
In A24's case, for example, you could go onto their website and buy the CD.
Yeah. I know, but
Like,
the matter of the fact basis, what I'm saying is I'm not gonna, like what Finn said, watch a film that deserves to be watched in 4K, 2K at 720. And most of the films on my watch list were like that.
It's like watching a film.
I find
it's like
literally
watching a film on an
everything
airplane with a shitty headset.
Yeah. Like, I'm not gonna ruin. Like, for me, film is not just about watching film. It's the cinematic experience.
yeah, so is it for me, but I can find good shit. I find things at 1080 every time.
For some films, 1080 is not enough.
Yeah.
Like,
1080 and then like the sound quality is definitely.
no, the sound quality is good. I don't know what fucking alley sites you're finding. I find almost everything
Apple
good.
TV.
The only
Like,
time
that's cool.
once in a while
Back out of sight.
I won't find perfect is like if I have a show that I'm watching every week, like Succession right now, it will come out the episode, and then I'll have to find the best I can, which is like usually still 1080, but once in a while it'll be like 720. But that's like for shows.
1080 is not enough.
720
Alright,
is
that's you.
very subpar.
And I'm saying literally 99% of the things I find is 1080 or better.
I still haven't watched 1080.
Okay.
Like,
that's
imagine
fine
the
for you.
first time you ever watched Interstellar was in 1080.
I watched it. No, but Interstellar. I watched at Kyan's house, and like he bought it. So
Yeah, so it wasn't 1080. It was better than that.
I mean, what else am I gonna do? Like not all.
Well, you see, what I did was just not watch film.
But I like watching films.
Well, I do too, but it takes away from the experience. It takes so much away from the experience for me.
I get it. Okay, like
Imagine if I watched The Lighthouse at like 720. That was pretty obscure when it first came out. I was looking for it all over F movies, 1, 2, 3 movies, everything. The most I found was 720, and it was like laggy, it was low frame. I was like, no, I cannot watch
that
this.
is annoying.
When it buffers every like 5
Yeah.
minutes.
So what did I do? I waited for it to be on iTunes, bought it for like $60 because it's like it wasn't even expensive.
It was worth it.
And so worth it.
That's
So worth it.
I totally agree. I don't like using the sites because
But you are arguing against what we're saying.
I'm not arguing against it. I'm just saying why I do it. I'm not arguing.
You are arguing.
No, I'm just saying what I do. Alright, moving on. We got cut off again because this camera sucks. But let's move on to a segment, our usual segment. Let's do top 5 of something.
Oh,
Something we,
top 5 cruise ships.
no, I don't know any
Sorry,
cruise
container
ships.
ships.
Oh,
Container ships.
Ooh,
I don't know
I'm
any-
really
Let's do something we all know. Let's do like our top 5
Container
favorite
ships.
movies or something.
I don't watch movies.
We've had too much movies.
Facts.
Let's move on.
Alright, Ferris. Top 5. Let's do a top 5. What's something we can all do? It's simple one.
I don't know. You're the host, bro.
Usually the first time we did top 5 alcoholic drinks. We're not gonna do that again. And then with Ethan, I did top 5. We did albums.
Albums.
Now what should we do?
Top 5 things you're grateful for in your life. No, that's so stupid.
We can't. That's
Yes.
stupid ass. Alright, shall we not do top 5 then?
What's the other thing?
Dude, I'll be honest. You are the host, bro.
I know,
We
but
did
they're
last
supposed to
time.
be helping.
I don't know.
Is that like a?
Remember the one we
Is
did?
that like a?
Follow your powers on?
Yeah. No. Alright. Let's not do that then. We don't have anything for
good About, I don't want to. I don't.
No, it's fine.
I'm more than happy to.
the things we don't like and the things we like. Let's do things we don't like and like. Just
That's
name
fine.
anything you don't like, and then we'll do that, and then we'll do everything something we like, just anything.
I
So,
don't like beer.
you don't like beer, okay?
You're
Anything
drinking
else?
something.
Yeah.
Don't like beer?
Don't like
Finn,
beer.
what's something you don't like?
Peanuts. No, I say nuts.
You don't like peanuts, Finn? Joseph?
I don't like organs, like eating the organs.
Fact, like, organ.
Since we're talking about food, what do I not like?
Did I say it like that, really?
No, I don't know. I just organ.
Organs.
I don't like. I did prepare. I remembered I had something I said I want to talk about that I don't like. I don't like. Every time we do something we don't like, I always talk about something like Instagram or something.
Okay.
Related.
What don't you like, Joey?
I don't like.
I don't like.
Remember when you said this?
No, he doesn't like when people don't get to the point. They don't
Yes.
understand.
Okay, that's perfect. I hate when I don't like when I have to repeat the same thing a million times to someone and they don't understand.
Can
I don't
we,
like.
can we go back to what you didn't like before?
What?
What you just did there.
Fuck off. All right, let's do something we like. Finn, Lorenzo, what do you like? Anything? Something recent that you did or enjoyed, watched. Something you did. Anything you like.
I like
Finn,
going to see container ships.
Facts.
Ooh. Finn, what's something you like?
Why are you laughing at me, guys? What do I like?
Come closer. I don't know if the mic can hear you.
Give us a shout.
You have something quite similar to me. Might even be the same thing.
Greg
right?
Fraser.
Greg Fraser.
Greg Fraser. Great cinematographer.
Who's that?
I watched Rogue One yesterday.
He did some. He
No,
did.
what day was it? Was it today? Wednesday.
He did Rogue One.
Monday night. I watched Rogue One.
Woo!
Greg Fraser did
Yes.
Rogue One. Oh, nice. What do you like?
I like Japanese bullet trains.
Ooh!
I like the movie Bullet Train.
Damn, I need to get the train tracker now.
Movie Bullet Train.
Oh, we check
The Island Line's coming under us now, fellas.
What?
Is it in the mountain?
Or no, it's way back.
Are they making?
Oh,
new,
yeah.
Are they making new trains?
No, he was just like if we lived on top of one of the lines, like probably on top of one of the lines, like he'd track it. Oh, train 726 is passing on us right now.
Currently 463 passengers on board.
Okay. What I like is
Maximum capacity.
I have two things I like. One thing was John Wick Chapter 4 was fire. And the second thing I like is a show I watched recently called Bad Sisters, which is about these like five sisters, and one of them is married to this terrible fucking asshole, misogynistic, racist, homophobic, just terrible man who threatens them. And basically, the show is like two timelines. Basically, they plot to kill the guy. It starts off with them like a funeral. They killed the husband of one of the sisters, and then it goes back and forth between before they killed him and plotting the murder, and then the consequences of after the murder. And it's really funny and also really sad and interesting and thrilling. And, because every episode they'll show like how they try to kill him. First they try to kill him this way, they failed. They try to kill him this way, they failed. They keep failing, and then the result of how he actually died is pretty funny and really good.
That was deep.
Yeah, I'm
It's a good
guilty.
show.
I'm guilty of this by saying Greg Fraser, but let's move on from film.
Why?
Bro, container ships are kind of hard though.
Shut up.
I like genuinely because we've just spoken a lot about it, and
No, I was just thinking I liked.
container ships are kind of hard.
Yeah.
And so
that's a good show. Bad Sisters. It's a very
Yeah,
fun.
you know
Think
what?
about trains.
This is
You
about
think about
film as well.
trains.
Every time I say container ship, I think of how cool the shots were.
Oh yeah,
of
facts.
the
I'll do that
boats
as well.
Like the shots of the
Yeah,
boats.
not boat tennis, but I just think about like how cool it would be just as like a
Like just
Okay, I got something. We can do.
Japan
Now let's
shot.
move on to our top five of
like something
something.
that's like very concentrated. Just see the wave.
Yeah.
Let's do top five foods. That's some simple, huh?
Very like
Well, you do one.
top five dishes, top five ingredients in a dish, top
Just
five
anything.
cuisines.
Top five.
Rice.
Rice. Okay. Finn.
And then like you could say rice, and then you could say margarita pizza.
Okay, so
It's
you
not
can
the
say
same
that.
thing.
That's the.
Rice.
And then rice with
You asked me to think of something. That's what I thought of.
Oh, butter rice.
No. Rice with
It's a sprinkling of peanuts.
Lee Kung Kee Chu Chow chili oil.
Oh, how was pepper lunch?
Finn.
Fire, bro.
Yeah, pepper
Pepper
was
lunch,
pepper
bro.
lunch?
Pepper
Hi, I
lunch.
was very happy.
Sorry, head lunch.
Pepper
Bro,
lunch.
salt lunch, bro.
Soul lunch. Soul dinner, bro.
Salt dinner. Pepper lunch, salt dinner.
Sour breakfast.
Sour breakfast. Nah, bro. Paprika breakfast.
Oh, we're different seasonings.
Yeah.
Mmm.
Finn.
Oregano brunch.
Ooh.
Brunch.
Are you vegan?
Garlic powder tea. Garlic powder
Oregano snack.
I'm just gonna be basic and say pizza.
You are so basic. There's something else. Actually, no. Joseph, go.
No, we can think of five things. Go around and total.
Very
five.
specific.
Hang on, I gotta make people research. Don't know what it's called. I'll be back.
You finding a different season?
No. I'm finding a food which is actually genuinely really nice.
Chicken tikka masala. That's actually really good. Can't go wrong with that.
Chicken tikka masala. Very fat.
Finn.
I'm finding it now. Hang on.
I'm hanging on.
I'm
It's
just
my
gonna
bit.
say
So your beer you don't like.
steak. with horseradish.
Steak tartare.
That one, yeah. I can go with that.
That was a good steak tartare.
That's huge.
It was quite big, wasn't it? It's a proper main course.
$208 for it?
Okay. Halak paneer. Hear me out. It's like
Hoorah.
it's
Food bosh.
it's like chunks of cheese, chunks of like get feta cheese, goat cheese, something like that, and then it's got like a spinach base to it.
Oh,
Genuinely a very very
I
nice
don't
one.
really like that.
Food
Actually.
bosh.
I know what that is.
Indian bosh.
Food bosh. Indian bosh.
Indian bosh.
Represent.
Steve, how about you? What do you like to eat?
Shimba.
Ooh,
Bosh.
So I didn't get that one, Steve.
Too bad.
All right.
So basically, right, what he was saying.
Shall we wrap?
Similar, feminine, all.
Also,
We didn't do five, but it doesn't seem like
All
we're
my
all
friends.
organized.
Rap or rap?
No.
He man.
Shall we wrap the
Shawarma wrap.
episode? Seems like none of you guys have your foods.
Yo, let's have some.
Well, I named. I didn't even
chicken
food.
Finn.
Masala.
All right.
Finn named the food he was genuinely passionate
Oh, okay.
about.
Then,
Masala.
He went all the way to search for
What's
it.
your name?
Your
What did I say?
wait,
Something
did you? No, your second
paneer.
food?
No.
I like paneer.
Second
Jalapeno.
food.
I'll
Spaghetti
put that
carbonara.
number one.
Cardinal.
Go.
Finn?
No. Second food. Again, it's not in any order for me, by the way. I'm just listing
Yeah,
food
just
that I
five.
genuinely like to eat. I do a very nice chicken fajita at home. Chicken, peppers, onions, bit of paprika, bit of garlic powder, bit of salt, bit of pepper. Get some what do you call it? Sour cream.
Mate, Chef Bosh.
Sour cream onto a tortilla wrap. Get some sour cream on there. Generous portion of chicken. Generous portion of onions. Generous portion of peppers. All together. Wrap it up. Bob's your uncle.
Do you cook?
Don't you cook?
Do you cook often?
Fluffy top.
Every fucking day, bro.
I try to. I'm learning. I want to learn.
Joseph, do you
When I
cook
get to
often?
uni, I can cook.
Do
wash.
cook often.
Oi!
Hold on.
Food
Let me
bosh.
cook.
Ladies.
Oi!
Have a cheeky meal.
Oh,
A proper meal as well.
proper
None
meal.
of this M&S microwave crap.
Oh,
Yeah.
I used to wash off that before.
No, I still do. Though.
You still
Every day at work, it's my go-to M&S microwave meal.
Oh god.
Lorenzo, do you cook often?
Every day, bro. I have to. Bro, I can't buy food every day, bro.
What do you cook?
Let me see if I have any more
Usually
questions or topics.
Chicken,
Let's keep on with this, bro.
rice,
Oh god.
eggs, eggs. No, it's not toast. Bacon. No, not pasta. I hate pasta now.
Why?
I ate so much pasta. all
Yeah,
the time.
same. I'm tired of pasta.
Some vegetables actually.
Okay.
But my go-to is actually like this minced pork with Thai seasoning. It's called lap mantok, bro.
What's your favorite vegetable?
Onion.
Onion.
Is that a vegetable?
Like on its own, or like as a
Just
dish.
as a dish, anything. Either.
Onion is
Mine
super
is
starch.
spinach.
Onion is the most versatile. So
I don't know, no, but I wouldn't count onion because that's like something you
for
put
Christmas,
on top.
we do a nice Brussels sprout
No.
where we add.
Onion is never like the main part of a dish, is it?
What kind of like dish has like?
Every dish has onion. Onion is a staple.
But onions are fire.
That's why I asked: is it like an individual? It's the vegetable.
The dish.
The vegetable has to be the main part of the dish,
Yeah.
correct? Okay.
That's my question.
Brussels sprout.
Mashed potatoes. Oh.
Potatoes aren't.
During Christmas, we do a nice
Potatoes are
Brussels sprout.
vegetables, bro.
Yes, they are.
There's no seasoning.
Contemplate, bro.
That's a fruit, bro. It's a fruit.
You look down at the floor like, have I been lied to all my life, bro?
Yeah, no, me is Brussels sprout.
It's not a source of protein, bro. It's not meat, bro.
No, it's
It's a
carbs.
vegetable. It's a vegetable, bro.
It's in the trip.
Yeah, well, broccoli has carbs as well.
Yeah, but there's also like iron and shit.
Well, yeah, but
It's still a
It's
vegetable.
like dietary. What do you call it? You're 1 in 7. What do you call?
oh no, yeah, the nutrients or
a
something.
nutrient?
Like
that's
that.
the
Yeah,
one. But it's not a classification of food.
But so yours is Brussels sprouts.
Yes.
Yours?
But not like
No. Broccoli.
the Brussels sprouts when they're cooked right.
Mine
There's
is
like Chinese
Christmas,
style.
spinach.
Chinese style.
spinach is
big broccoli,
king.
bro.
Spinach
Yeah,
is the
yeah,
best.
That's fire. I fucking love that.
I love spinach.
Yeah, we do ours with
Oh. What's it called? Sorry.
bacon. The amount of times I'm done. You know what? I've tried to say the same thing about 7 times, and every time I start speaking, I get cut off.
No, I didn't cut you off once.
No, you know, Morning Glory.
Oh, I love morning glory. Yeah.
Morning Glory is so fire.
Anything like that, spinach, morning glory, those types of like leafy vegetables are my favorite. That's a lot.
Bok choy.
Bok
Yeah,
choy is what it
all
is.
of those I love.
Okay, so that one's done. So what other
What are your top five?
favorite cuts of meat?
Cuts of meat.
Just one, though. Just one.
Just one.
Florentine.
You can come to Amma.
Well, we got
Yeah,
one in
they've
Florence.
got horseradish on there.
I'm not inviting you to Amma again after that.
Okay,
I'm not banned from the office.
Yeah, you can come, but you're paying full price.
I'm joking, but I'm not gonna lie. The horseradish was.
Alright, you can just say that instead of
Well, that's a natural reaction.
That's an disrespectful reaction is what it is. Nothing we have at Amma is it's all, you know, it might not be for you, but it's still good. Like there's a lot of things I acknowledge.
So for the
There's a
price
lot of
point-
food, like there's a lot of food I can acknowledge isn't for me, but I know it's good. Like it's good to others. Like there's a difference between like I don't like this food, it's bad, and it's not for me. You know what I mean?
Yes, I know. Oh, I was joking when I did that.
I know you were joking. I
Fiorentina.
wasn't joking about Amma. I'm biting you.
Beef tenderloin.
Fair.
I don't know any other cuts of steak. Like, I know, but
I mean, I'm not thinking just steak. I'm thinking other meats as well.
Your
I
mom.
don't know, bro.
Chicken thigh. Like bacon is just such a go-to for me that I want to say bacon, but it's like it's not a treat. I'll say tomahawk. Tomahawk steak. So similar to a Fiorentina. Well, actually no.
It's a big one though.
Fiorentina's way different color.
It's just like a T-bone.
Yeah, Fiorentina's T-bone. Yeah.
What are your top five?
Yeah, 4 is going to come in another
Four.
one.
Video. It's like número uno, dos, número tres. It's like the top 5 numbers, and it'll be like out of order numbers.
What?
I think
All of the top of the
Número 5, pues. Número blow. Yeah.
top
I don't
5
speak Spanish.
the
Yeah, I know those ones.
número tres.
I think 3 is
That
number
does.
1.
No, I think 4 is number
You
1.
think 4?
Yeah.
Oh, for the races.
Four,
Yeah.
Four
I think
just,
4 is
four
good
just
enough.
works. You know, you can divide it by 2, you can divide it by 4, you can divide it by 1.
Mike, what's your favorite number? Mine's 12.
Why?
I don't know.
That's such a horrible number.
No,
That is
fuck you. It's the
That's
best.
such a horrible number.
What's your favorite number?
I.
Oh yeah.
Huh?
Oh.
That's a
Do you
letter.
get it? Do you get it?
Oh.
Yeah.
Someone doesn't get it.
Explain.
So basically,
Oh. He's really funny. He's like me right now.
He doesn't get it. But to be fair, I don't get it either.
Do you not?
Nah.
Basically,
I
right?
don't
There's
get
this
complex numbers.
wacky side. Oh, it's too complex.
Too complex.
Too complex.
yes.
I have to use my imagination to come up with an answer because I don't know
Yeah.
what to do.
Oh, it's
Like,
like
I'm
an
just like-
imaginary number.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. It's too complex.
So if you try to square root a negative number,
What would you get?
well, I don't know. We'll make it up. We'll put I.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Dude, my favorite number is I.
All right. Thanks.
Because you can't square root a negative number, so we'll just put I, right?
X.
Oh.
X.
Yeah, you could put X, but then what about the quadratic theorem, mate?
Oh.
That's already got X.
Now let's do
Okay, the quadratic theorem is a squared plus b squared.
Let's do
So
top
that's-
5.
X equals the negative b plus or minus the root of b squared.
Let's do
minus
top
4
5 equations.
Top five equations.
What's your favorite equation?
Schrodinger's equation. Schrodinger's wave equation.
E equals mc
E
squared.
equals mc squared.
Iconic.
Absolutely. Pythagoras.
Pythagoras.
It's like there's
Piece
negative b
equation.
plus or minus root of b
Piece
squared.
equation.
minus 4
Solution.
You guys, wait, you guys know about the peace equation? Okay? It's the amount of happiness divided by the amount of suffering. Dude, it's really complicated.
That's a piece
Equals peace. That's
I
a
don't mind F equals ma, to be honest.
You know, F equals ma is only from one stationary point, or like from one observer's point.
Yeah.
So F equals ma is very varied in terms of. It's usually F equals ma plus like a different velocity variable actually.
Yeah. Like v equals ir, q equals it.
Oh, some classic.
No, there's so much you can do with those equations.
Suvat, mate, Suvat.
Facts. This is the
Right.
Suvats.
There are 5 Suvat and 5, right? 5 Suvat equations.
I have no idea what you guys are saying.
V equals u
Use the
plus at.
formula, mate.
V equals
Use
u
the
plus at. Let's go through. V equals u plus at. U equals
Camera
v squared minus something. I don't know.
I got one last question, then we'll wrap it up. I've asked this question to everyone. I ask you now.
No.
Everything.
Yeah, no, what's up?
It is if you had the chance to go back in time and redo all of high school, would you?
Yeah.
Yes, you are.
Maybe.
I would go back and
Or-
relive a day or a week
Okay.
of like year 12 or 13 probably, but I wouldn't redo it.
Okay. You're yes,
Yeah.
fully.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
I'm like, depends what. It changed a little.
Steve,
But would you? Okay, what are you saying by relive? Are you saying are you changing something? Or are
you can
just,
change like minor things. You can't like suddenly like go murder a person. You know, like
No,
you
no,
gotta.
okay.
No,
What is changing?
I know. It's a stupid example. All I'm saying is like
Because
you can change some slight things.
A minor thing a day for 7 years is a major change. So are you going to be a different person walking out of that reliving of the years, or are you going to be the
Yes.
same?
Okay. You can
So are you
change
reliving it
things.
just
You can
to
change
relive the
things.
fun, or are you
But not,
doing it to
like,
literally
crazy
change
levels
who
of
you
am
are?
I going back knowing what it would be like?
No.
I would think
Yeah.
that phone's got a MasterCard livery on it.
Yes.
I would
Yeah.
think.
That's
That's
kind
from
of.
Macau. That's the Macau for it.
But just like the fact it has Mastercard on it is just so cool.
Yeah, it is kind of cool.
Look at the massive.
Yeah, you can.
I'm getting judo in on this as well now.
Fuck you.
You just said it.
That should be the title of the episode. Is ship
No, the title should be
discussions.
should be ship discussions and movie discussions. Ship and movie discussions.
That's
Ship and Dune with Finn. Ship and Dune with Lorenzo to Croci. Ships and Dune. No, but yeah, that's yeah. You have the option to like you know what happened. Like yeah.
Okay, then yeah, for sure.
And okay, and if you didn't,
If I didn't, then like,
Wouldn't
see,
make-
that's just the past.
yeah,
I'm
it
just
wouldn't make
reliving
a
the
difference.
past.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
All right. So I think that's about wraps it up. Thank you everyone. I know
Thank
there's
you.
no one watching this, but appreciate anyone who's actually watching it.
Give it up for
Thank
Lorenzo.
thank you Lorenzo for joining us today on the podcast. Hope to have you
Hoorah.
back again in the summer.
Bosh,
you.
Bosh. Thank you for having me. That's all.
Your guest, your host,
My guest.
your host,
My guest host.
your
Thank you,
co-host.
Thank you, Joseph.
You.
And thank you everyone, guys.
Thank you, cameraman Steve.
Thank you, cameraman.
Thank you, Steve.
And that's about it, guys. Please subscribe, please like and share, and leave a comment about Lorenzo.
Yeah, comment FILMS.
Guys, if you made it this far,
free cookie.
if you made it this
I'll
far,
give everyone
put
who
an
comments
emoji in the chat.
FILMS, different comments at FILMS. Everyone who does that, I'll give a free cookie.
Comment down what your favorite ship is, and see you on the next one. See ya. Have a cheers.
Have a cheers.